Hey everybody, I just wanted to make a quick video for this lab that we have coming up due in a couple of days. This is the Lab 4 op-amp lab, and it's the first lab where we are using one of these integrated circuits. As you can see, this is an 8-pin dual inline package DIP, and that just means that there's a row of pins going up one side and a row of pins going down the other. If you haven't yet, I would recommend looking at the datasheet. One of these here. They're like 20 pages long and full of a bunch of information that you don't need, but there's also a bunch of information that is really useful, like how to hook this up. You can see it comes in a couple of different packages. We are using the DIP package, this one here, and you can see the pins are labeled and numbered. I'm going to go ahead and show you how that works really quick. Each IC, most ICs, I don't think I've run across one that doesn't have it, but they have a notch cut out at the top, and then you have the package and the pins running down either side. Each one of these pins is numbered, and sometimes you'll just see, pin 1 is this, pin 2 is that. These are numbered in a very particular way. It starts at the top, which remember is indexed by this. Sometimes there's a little dot at the top left side that indicates pin 1, and it goes down the left side. And then, kind of counterintuitively to what I would think, it actually goes up the other side. So these pins are numbered in a U shape. So 1 through 4 on the left, starting at the bottom right, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Each one of these is connected to some internal componentry, and the LM358 is actually a dual op-amp, which means that the op-amps that we've been looking at, there are 2 of those inside. They're typically drawn as triangles, and you have your output of 1, let's call this A. Going out pin 1, you have your inverting input coming in from 2, so that's the one labeled negative, and your non-inverting input coming in pin 3 plus. On the other side, very similar, the output to B is going out 7. You have your inverting input as pin 6, and your non-inverting input as pin 5. So notice that these are kind of mirror flopped, but they do go output negative positive, output negative positive. There are 2 other leads that typically go into an op-amp, and that is the voltage supply and ground, or sometimes positive voltage supply and negative. In this one, pin 8 comes in. That is your VCC, that's just voltage positive. And then pin 4 is your either your ground, if you are referencing to 0 volts, or your VCC negative, if you are referencing to, say, let me pick a random number here, negative 15 volts. And each of these go to both of the op-amps. So you cannot supply 2 different voltages to the 2 different op-amps, but those are the only pins that are common to both op-amps. So aside from the supply voltages, the pins on this side and the pins on that side have nothing to do with one another. If you have any questions, go ahead and let me know in the Discord, and if this helped you, I can probably make more of these.